Hello folks, we started to talk in the Zoom meeting about chord construction and the major scale and what have you. I was going to make a couple of videos about that, which you might find interesting, you might not. The first one, this first video, is going to be all about the major scale. Now the major scale is really important because all of Western music is based on the major scale. So the harmony, the sound of the scale itself and the construction of chords are based on this scale, and the names of the notes are named after their position in the scale, and we also name chord progressions because of the position of chords in the major scale. But for the moment I'm just going to talk about the scale itself. Now if I play an open string and play the 12th fret, you've got an octave. So it's the same note but twice the frequency. And on the guitar we've got frets on the fretboard, and that breaks what we play down into what's called semitones. So if I go up one fret at a time, I'm going up in semitones. 2 frets is a tone. Now a scale is just a way of breaking up the octave, and there's hundreds of different ways of breaking it up, hundreds of different scales. Obviously on a fretted instrument it's different than playing an unfretted instrument like a violin or a cello, where you can play the notes in between the semitones. Now you can create those on the guitar like blues players do by bending the notes. So you can play the notes in between the semitone, but for the moment all we're interested in is this pattern. And a scale is going to be made up at the moment of patterns of tones and semitones, patterns of 2 frets and 1 fret. And a major scale pattern goes tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Or to put another way, 2 frets, 2 frets, 1 fret, 2 frets, 2 frets, 2 frets, 1 fret. You all know the sound of the major scale because you've all seen The Sound of Music. It's on television every Christmas. And when they have the do, a, a female deer, that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is a major scale. And if we play it in C, there's no sharps or flats. So if I start in C, which is on the 3rd fret of the A string, I can go. That's a major scale. And I'm going tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And if you go up the notes, you'll see there's no sharps or flats. It goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And if you remember, we said there was 1 fret between B and C and E and F. And that's what happens. So C to D is 2 frets, D to E is 2 frets, E to F is 1 fret, F to G is 2 frets, G to A is 2 frets, A to B is 2 frets, and B to C is 1 fret. And that gives us the tone, tone, semitone sequence that we described. I'll make another video which will be a bit more complicated to explain where the notes of chords come from.